Hi everyone, our lesson for today is about division of polynomials, and the objective of this lesson is divide polynomials using long method and synthetic division. So as you can see, based sa ating objectives, we have here two different methods in dividing polynomials. So that are long division method and synthetic division. Now, at this moment, we are using the long division method. So example, divide 3x cubed plus 19x minus 10 plus 16x squared by x plus 3. In this case, we need to divide polynomial by a binomial. So in dividing polynomial by a binomial, we need to follow the procedures. First, Step 1. Arrange the terms of dividend and the divisor in decreasing powers. If there are missing terms, write them with a coefficient of 0. So, ang magiging dividend natin sa ating problem is 3x cubed plus 19x minus 10 plus 16x squared. So, ang first step na kailangan natin gawin ay to arrange natin according to its power. So it will become x plus 3, which is the divisor, and the dividend is 3x cubed plus 16x squared plus 19x minus 10. So yan yung magiging itsura ng ating dividend and divisor. Sa ating divisor, ang mauuna ay ang variable. Next is the constant. Okay, next. Step 2. Divide the first term of the dividend by the first term of the divisor to get the first term of the quotient. Given the divisor and the quotient, so the next step is to divide the first term of the dividend to the first term of divisor. So, ang first term ng ating dividend ay 3x cubed and ang divisor natin ay x. So, let's divide it to identify the first term of the quotient. So, 3x cubed divided by x. So, ang rule natin when we are dividing polynomial by a polynomial, let's copy the variable and subtract the exponent. Okay, so in this case, let's divide it. Since ang coefficient ng ating denominator ay imaginary 1, so let's copy 3. So, 3x raised to the third power minus 1. So, ang exponent ng denominator natin ay 1. So, let's subtract the exponent. So, it will become equal to 3x squared. Therefore, the first term of the quotient is equal to 3x squared. Since we find out the first term of the quotient, now, let's proceed to the third step. Multiply the result in step 2 by the divisor. So, i-multiply natin ang quotient natin sa each term ng ating divisor. So, let's multiply it. So, 3x squared times x. So, it will become 3x cubed. 3x squared times 3. So, this is equal to 9x squared. After we multiply the quotient to the divisor, let's proceed to the fourth step. Step 4. Subtract the result from step 3. Bring down the next term of the dividend. Now, let's copy the solution and subtract the result from step 3. So, ang result natin from step 3 is 3x cubed plus 9x squared. Now, let's put the operation subtraction and then let's simplify it. Tandaan, kapag tayo ay nasa operation ng subtraction, automatic, we need to change the sign of the subtrahend. So, let's change the sign and then let's subtract. 3x cubed minus 3x cubed. So, it is equal to 0. That's why we need to cancel it. So, cancel out na natin siya. Next, 16x squared. Since nag-change na tayo ng sign, so let's use subtract 9x squared. So, 16x squared minus 9x squared. So, the answer is positive 7x squared. And then, bring down the next term. So, it is 19x. So, after we subtract the result from the step 3 and bring down the next term of the dividend, let's proceed to step 5. Step 5. Repeat the entire process using the result in step 4 as the new dividend. So again, let's copy the result. Sabi, repeat the entire process. So it means we need to divide again the first term of the dividend to the first term of the divisor. So ang first term ng dividend natin ngayon ay 7x squared. And ang divisor natin ay x. So, let's divide it. 7x squared divided by x is equal to, so copy 7, x raised to second power minus 1. So, let's subtract the exponent. So, the answer is 7x. Now, the second term of the quotient here is positive 7x. Next, let's multiply the second term of the quotient to each term of divisor. So, 7x times x, so it is equal to 7x squared. 7x times 3, it is equal to positive 21x. Okay, next, let's subtract. Since magsusubtract tayo, let's change again the sign. So, positive will become negative, and then let's subtract it. 7x squared minus 7x squared. So, it is equal to 0. So, let's cancel it. 19x minus 21x is equal to negative 2x. Since ang ating negative ay nasa mas mataas na number, which is 21, so ang magiging result is negative. So, that's why we have here negative 2x. And then, let's bring down the next term, which is negative 10. So, repeat the process again. Divide the first term of the dividend to the first term of divisor. So, let's divide it. Negative 2x divided by x, it is equal to negative 2x raised to 1 minus 1. Again, subtract the exponent. So, 1 minus 1, it is equal to 0. So, therefore, the answer is negative 2 only. Why? Kasi pag nag-subtract tayo ng exponent, 1 minus 1, it is equal to 0. And ang rule natin, kapag ang exponent ay 0, it means it is equal to 1. So, that's why we have here negative 2. Therefore, the last term of the quotient is equal to negative 2. So, let's multiply negative 2 to each term of divisor. So, negative 2 times x, it is equal to negative 2x. Negative 2 times positive 3, so it is equal to negative 6. Next step, let's subtract. After we put the sign or the operation, let's change the sign of each term of the subtrahend. So, it is equal to positive. Yan. So, nag-change na tayo ng sign. So, after we change the sign, let's subtract. So, it is equal to negative 2x plus 2x. So, it is equal to 0. That's why we cancel it. And negative 10 plus 6 is equal to negative 4. So, dahil ang ating negative sign ay nasa mas mataas na number, which is 10, so therefore the result is equal to negative 4. Okay, now, since we end up here, dahil wala na tayong susunod na term sa ating dividend. That is the end of our solution. Now let's proceed to the last step. Step 6. Express the result as dividend divided by divisor is equal to quotient plus remainder over divisor. So, kung matatandaan natin, ang ating quotient ay 3x squared plus 7x minus 2. And ang natirang number or ang naging last value natin is negative 4. So, it means negative 4 ang magsisilbing remainder ng ating solution. So, therefore, the quotient here is 3x squared plus 7x minus 2, and the remainder of the given problem here is negative 4 over x plus 3. Another example. Divide 3x cubed plus 4x squared plus 8 by x plus 2. So, as you can see, sa ating given problem, meron tayong missing term. So, kung magbe-base tayo sa exponent, ang nawawala nating term ay si x. So, to easily solve the problem, let's proceed for the step 1. Arrange the terms of dividend and the divisor in decreasing powers. If there are missing terms, write them with a coefficient of 0. So, dahil meron tayong missing term, which is x, let's put 0 doon sa ating missing term. So, it will become, our divisor here is x plus 2, and the value of our dividend is 3x cubed plus 4x squared plus 0, which is yung missing term, plus 8. Okay. After we arranged according to the power of the dividend, let's proceed for step 2. Divide the first term of the dividend by the first term of the divisor to get the first term of the quotient. Again, let's copy and divide the first term of dividend and divisor. So, it will become 3x cubed divided by x. So, 3x raised to the third power minus 1 is equal to 3x squared. So, therefore, the first quotient of the given here is 3x squared. Now, let's proceed. Step 3, multiply the result in step 2 by the divisor again, 3x squared times x is 3x cubed. 3x squared times 2, the answer is 6x squared. So, after we multiply the quotient to each term of divisor, let's proceed. Step 4. Subtract the result from step 3. Bring down the next term of the dividend. Copy the solution and then put the operation, which is subtraction, to subtract the result from step 3. After we put the operation, let's change for the sign of the subtrahend. So, it will become negative, and then let's subtract 3x cubed minus 3x cubed. So, it is cancel out kasi ang value natin ay 0. So, 4x squared minus 6x squared. So, the answer is negative 2x squared. So, negative 2 dahil ang ating negative ay nasa mas mataas na number, which is 6. So, 4x squared minus 6x squared. So, the answer is negative 2x squared. And then, bring down the next term of the dividend, which is 0. So, yun yung ating next term. So, we have here negative 2x squared plus 0. Next, let's proceed. Step 5, repeat the entire process using the result in step 4 as the new dividend. Okay, let's repeat. The first term of the dividend is negative 2x squared, and the first term of the divisor is x. Let's divide it. Negative 2x squared divided by x. Copy negative 2. So, x raised to the second power minus 1, it is equal to negative 2x. So, it is equal to negative 2x. 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So, therefore, ang ating exponent ay imaginary 1 na lang. So, therefore, the next term of the quotient here is negative 2x. Now, proceed to the next step. Let's multiply the quotient to each term of divisor. Negative 2x times x, it is equal to negative 2x squared. Negative 2x times 2, the answer is negative 4x. So, let's subtract and change the sign. So, negative will become positive, and then negative 2x squared plus 2x squared. So, it is cancel out kasi siya ay equal kay 0 na. And 0 plus 4x is equal to 4x. Bring down positive 8. Now, we have here 4x plus 8. Okay, so let's divide it again. Repeat the process. 4x divided by x, the first term of the dividend divided by the first term of divisor. 4x divided by x is equal to 4x raised to 1 minus 1. So, 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. Kaya, ang ating variable na x ay magiging 1. So, it will become 4. So, kapag ang variable natin na x ay naging 1, when we multiply 4 times 1, the answer is 4 only. That's why the value that we have here is 4. And the last term of our quotient here is positive 4. Okay, so let's multiply positive 4 to each term of the divisor. 4 times x, the answer is 4x. 4 times 2, the answer is positive 8. Now, let's subtract and change the sign. Okay, positive will become negative. So, let's subtract it. 4x minus 4x cancel out. So, it is equal to 0. And 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. So, since nag-0 na siya, that ends our solution. So, let's proceed for step 6. Express the result as dividend divided by divisor. So, it is equal to quotient plus remainder over divisor. So, ang ating solution ay, so based sa ating solution, the quotient of 3x cubed plus 4x squared plus 8 by x plus 2 is 3x squared minus 2x plus 4. And the remainder is equal to 0. Okay, so that are the procedures or steps that we need to follow when we are dividing polynomials by a binomials. Now, there is an easiest way or shortest way in dividing polynomials by a binomial. And that is the synthetic division method. So, sa pagsasolve gamit ang synthetic division, there are also procedures or steps that we need to follow. So, let's use again the given example dun sa long method. Divide 3x cubed plus 19x minus 10 plus 16x squared by x plus 3. So, ano yung procedures or step na kailangan nating sundin? Step 1. Write the numerical coefficients in one row. If there is a missing term, write 0 to represent that missing term. Write the test 0 at the left. We are dividing by x plus 3, so the test 0 is x is equal to negative 3. Para mas madaling maintindihan, ang una muna natin gagawin or kailangan muna natin gawin ay i-arrange ang ating dividend. So, it will become 3x cubed plus 16x squared plus 19x minus 10. So, bakit natin kailangan i-arrange? Para mas madali nating maintindihan or ma-identify ang numerical coefficient ng ating polynomial. Okay, so let's put the numerical coefficients of the polynomial. So, ang numerical coefficient ng polynomial ay 3, 16, 19, and negative 10. So, that or the numerical coefficients of the given polynomial. So, next, let's put the test 0 at the left side of the first row. Paano ba natin kukunin ang test 0 ng problem? To identify the value of the test 0, so let's just look the divisor of the problem and then solve the value for x. In this case, our divisor is x plus 3. And the value for x is equal to negative 3. Okay, so let's put it to the left side of the row. Let's proceed for the next step. Step 2. Carry down the first number, multiply by test 0, and add to the second column. Okay, copy the solution and then carry down the first number. Ang first number natin ay positive 3. Then multiply by the test 0. So 3 times negative 3, the answer is negative 9. So ilalagay natin automatic ang result sa tapat ng ating next column. And then, let's add to the second column. So, since ang result ay negative 9, imbis na i-add, we need to subtract. 16 minus 9 is equal to positive 7. Okay, let's proceed. Step 3. Add down the column. Now, multiply the sum in the second column, that is 7, by the test 0. Okay, so thus, 7 times negative 3 is equal to negative 21. Copy again the solution and then multiply the result to the test 0. 7 times negative 3, the answer is negative 21. So, put again to the next term or dun sa tapat nung next term natin. So, we have here 19 minus 21. Okay. Let's proceed to the next step. Step 4. Write the product negative 21 on the third column, then add. Now, copy the solution and multiply the result to the test 0. 7 times negative 3 is negative 21. Put it to the third column and then let's add. Since ang ating 21 ay negative, so we need to subtract 19 minus 21. The answer is negative 2. Since ang negative ay nasa mas mataas, which is 21, kaya ang naging result ay negative 2. Repeat the steps for the next column. Multiply negative 2 by the test 0. Okay, so negative 2 times negative 3, the answer is positive 6. So, when we are multiplying negative to negative, automatic ang magiging value ay positive. So, let's add negative 10 plus 6. The answer is negative 4. So, imbis na nag-add, tayo ay nag-subtract dahil one of the term is negative. And ang ating negative ay nasa mas mataas na number, which is 10. That's why the result is equal to negative 4. Okay, now, at this point, the third row that we obtained are 3, 7, negative 2, and negative 4. It represents the numerical coefficients of the terms of the quotient. So, siya yung magiging numerical coefficient ng ating quotient. Paano ba natin isusulat itong ating numerical coefficient as the quotient of the given? So, as you can see, ang ating last value is negative 4. So, in synthetic division, kapag ang ating last term ay hindi nag-zero, it means meron tayong remainder. So, at this point, ang ating last term ay negative 4. So, it means it will become the remainder of our quotient, negative 4. So, pero kapag yan ay naging 0, it means wala tayong magiging remainder. Now, so let's write the third row into a polynomial para ma-identify na natin or makita na natin ang result ng ating quotient. So, paano ba natin isusulat ang ating third row into a polynomial? So, tandaan, when we are writing the third row into a polynomial to identify the quotient, so, lagi tayong bababa ng isa sa exponent. Kung ang ating value or ang ating highest exponent sa ating dividend ay 3x cubed, sa ating quotient, tayo ay magiging squared. So, lagi tayong bababa ng isa sa exponent to easily write the quotient of the given kapag tayo ay gumamit ng synthetic division. So, kung tayo ay nasa 3x cubed sa ating dividend, bababa tayo ng isa. So, it will become 3x squared. So, 3x squared ang ating magiging first term plus 7x and negative 2 is our constant minus the value of our remainder, which is 4 over x plus 3. So, therefore, the quotient that we have now here is 3x squared plus 7x minus 2 minus 4 over x plus 3. So, kung natatandaan nyo, ang ating quotient sa synthetic division ay the same sa quotient ng ating long division method. So, it means parehas lang ang lalabas na sagot kahit alin sa dalawa ang ating gamitin. Okay, so now that ends our lesson for today. I hope you understand our discussion. Now it's your turn to answer the question that you have now. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, just hit the like button, share, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell to notify for the next lesson.